In this video, I will show you some details of the Split Firebolt build I used to take part in the solo self-found, semi-hardcore challenge run against Richie Rich. Before you keep watching further, I need to make a disclaimer. This video is not a blueprint for playing Split Firebolt. Instead is a guide for all players who want to participate in future self-found challenges, but need to become more familiar with building their character correctly, without having access to trade. We are just using Gemma as an example. You can also use the hints I will give here, as a reference for the start of a new season, where even if you have access to trade, there is a scarcity of in-game items in the trade house. If that sounds interesting, please keep watching. Chapter 1, Not all hero traits are equal. When you do not have access to trade, gearing becomes difficult. So look out for hero traits that could make gearing easier. For this solo self-found challenge, I picked Gemma because of her two traits, Frost Fire Strength and Extreme Fusion. These traits make it so that increases or decreases to one kind of elemental damage are applied to other elements. In my case, I was using fire spells, but thanks to these traits, I had more gearing options, since I was not limited to gear that gives fire damage, and I was able to use gear that would probably have been useless, like, for instance, gear with percentage to cold damage as affixes. Another similar hero trait is Thea's Wisdom of the Gods. Even if you were running a focus blessing oriented build, any gear with blessings would still be usable. Chapter 2, Abuse and Exploit the Lack of Trait Cards. The more the better, or so they say. But the lack of something is also an opportunity, since we can use the lack of trait cards to our advantage. Since this is not a video on trait cards, I will go straight to the point. If you find what follows hard to understand, please check the in-game tutorial on trait cards. We all know that every 5 maps, you are dealt 5 cards from the trait deck of selected 10 cards, and a few more chosen randomly from the Chaos deck. The problem with trait cards is that getting a specific combo from the trait deck is low. The odds of getting a combo, for something simple as a 2-card combo in a deck of 10 cards, is just a little above 22%, getting lower and lower the more card in the combo. But you are guaranteed to get any combo, when the trait deck is made with 5 or fewer cards. The trick here is that after you get access to the trait deck function, and slowly unlock cards one by one, when you get presented with the option to add a new card, or upgrade an existing one, you choose to upgrade a current card, rather than adding a new one. So keep your deck as slim as possible for the longest you can. If you have no other option than selecting a new card, try to choose something that combines with your existing deck. Using this trick, I could generate mini embers, which I used for crafting custom gear, but more on that in the following chapter. Chapter 3, 3 is more than enough. You probably remember when I talked about cheap swap gear, if you watched my video on 5 tricks for low budget builds. But, even if you haven't, don't worry, because I will explain it again. Crafting gear with 3 desired affixes requires less time invested than finding it, and if you add the 4th affix with enchanting, this kind of gear is more than enough for farming T7 maps. And 3 affix gear is incredibly cheap to craft. These are screenshots from the gear I used to kill the T6 Traveler. As you can see, it is all crafted gear. I prioritized capping resistances, adding damage affixes only after I was resistance capped. Then I enchanted everything, cause enchanting is cheap and affordable as well. And this gear lasted me from the end of T4 up to T7. You may be so used to trading, that you underestimate the power of gear, with just as little as 4 tailored affixes. Special thanks. I thank everyone who dropped by my live stream while doing the challenge, and anyone who commented on my videos. Your support gives me the motivation to keep going. I appreciate. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. See you soon.